Okay, everybody, welcome to Midday Yoga. We're going to start as we normally do in a few sun salutations. We'll take some lunge back salutations, and then we'll move into our step backs. So just start at the front of your mat, feet hip distance apart, palms spinning forward. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and then roll them back and down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Take one more full round of breath. Bring your hands to your heart. Go ahead and set an intention, purpose, or dedication for today's practice. Inhale. Exhale, seal your intention on your heart. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's start with our half sun salutations. Just for a moment, stand tall at the top of your mat. Take one more full breath in and full breath out. On your inhale, reach up, press palm. Exhale, come forward and down, fold. Inhale, lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, ground down through your feet, reach out, reach up, straighten legs. Bring hands to heart center. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward and down, fold. Inhale, lift your shoulders up, hip height. Exhale, fold. Just a gentle bend in your knees as you reach arms out, reach arms up, press palms at the top. Bring hands to heart center. Full inhale, full exhale. Let's take one more half sun salutation. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward and down, fold. Inhale, shoulders lift to hip height, flat back. Exhale, fold. Light bend in your knees as you reach out and up, ground down through feet, press at the top. Bring hands to heart center. Full breath in, full breath out. Adding in lunges. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward and down, fold. Inhale, find your flat back, tap shins. Exhale, step your right foot back. On your inhale, just lift right up to a high crescent lunge. Exhale, settle. Full breath in, pull your core in. Full breath out, settle towards your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release hands down, step back, down dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Moving through a modified vinyasa first, come forward to your high plank. Drop your knees and then lower yourself all the way down, just taking a little cobra. Lift your heart and chest. Press into hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release down. Lift up just to your knees and then tuck your toes and find your downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, place it through. This time, just lift it right up to your high crescent lunge. Reaching fingertips, settling hips. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release hands down, peek forward, step forward and fold. Lift your flat back. Fold forward, bend knees, ground down through your feet, reach out, reach up, press palms, hands to heart center. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward and down, fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, send your left foot back. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, come up, high crescent lunge. Reach through fingers. Settle through hips. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release hands down. Step back, down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Taking another modified vinyasa, come forward to your high plank. Tap your knees and lower yourself all the way down. This time, bring arms by your sides. Lift your heart and chest, lift legs, mini locust pose. Lift your heart and chest up. Release down, hands under shoulders. You can press back up onto knees into a tabletop and then tuck your toes, or you can lift right to your down dog. Big inhale, big exhale. Lift your left leg high. Place it through. This time reach right up, high crescent lunge. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release hands down, peek forward, step forward and fold. Lift your flat back, shoulders hip height. Fold forward, ground down through feet, reach arms out, reach arms up, press palms. Place hands at heart center, full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward and down, fold. Inhale, tap shins for your flat back. Exhale, step your right foot back. This time, plant your right knee down and lift yourself up. Hands can tap your left knee. Then keep your left hand on your knee, reach your right arm up. Really engage through your hips by just lightly tilting your hips, the front of your hips towards your chest. So lengthen. You can sink in a little bit, but don't sink in too far. I want you to keep those hips active and engaged. Inhale, reach up, maybe add a little back bend. Exhale, release hands down, frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee, step back, down dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Moving through a chaturanga, or you can take a variation we took before. Come forward to your high plank, lower down to your low push-up, into your cobra or upward facing, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Lift your right leg high. Place it through to your lunge. Drop your left knee down. Lift yourself up. Tap your right hand to your knee. Reach your left arm up. Now engage your hips, just a little tilt forward to really lengthen through your tailbone. You can sink in slightly, but keep your hip flexors active. Maybe involve your left glute. Reach up. Release hands down. Tuck your back toes, gaze forward. Step forward and fold. Lift your flat back. Fold forward. This time bend your knees and reach arms back. Then sweep forward and up to your first fierce or chair pose. Core is strong. Spine is long. Hips settle down. Inhale, straighten, reach right up. Exhale, forward and down, fold. Inhale into your flat back. Exhale, step your left foot back. Plant your left knee down. Lift yourself up. Your right hand can stay on your right knee as you lift your left arm up. Light tilt of your hips forward. Maybe you add a little back bend this time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release hands down. Tuck toes, lift your left knee. Step back, down dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. You can stay in the dog. You can take a chaturanga. You can take any variation that serves you. Meeting in our dog, lift your left leg high. Place it through to your lunge. Tap your back knee down. Lift yourself up, hands tap your knee. Keep your left hand on your knee. Option to reach your right arm up. Light tilt of your hips to lengthen through your spine. You should really feel your right hip flexors engaging. Reach up. Add a little back bend. Release hands down. Tuck toes, lift your knee, gaze forward. Step forward and fold. Lift your flat back. Fold forward, bend knees, reach arms back. Keeping hips low, sweep forward and up. Fierce or chair. Settle through your hips. reach and lengthen. Inhale, straighten and reach out. Exhale, come forward and down, fold. Lift your flat back. This time you can step, walk, or jump yourself back, and we'll come right into a chaturanga. So if you're gonna jump, I want you to get yourself really low first and bring your hands forward. And then bring your body kind of forward as you jump back. Lower down, lift up. You can always go right to the dog if it serves you better. You can always step back instead of doing the jump back. We'll just do 2, so your choice. Take 3 nice big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more full round of breath. And then again, your choice. You can step, walk, or jump forward. If you jump, get nice and low, and then come forward. Lift your flat back. Fold. Lighten in your knees. Reach arms out, reach arms up, press palms. Place hands at heart center. Full breath in. Full breath out. Just one more jump back. And again, your choice. If you want to step back instead, inhale, reach. Exhale, forward and down. Fold. Inhale, lift your flat back. Exhale, get nice and low. Reach forward. Jump if you'd like. Lower down. Lift up. Come back to the down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Now as you take 2 more big breaths, press into the balls of your feet. And then press out towards the outside edges of your feet. So your feet aren't going to move, but I want you to press them like you're trying to pull your mat apart. Really engage your legs and lift your hips. Now again, your choice. Gaze forward, step, walk, or jump yourself forward and fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Light bend in your knees. Reach arms out, reach arms up. Press palms. Place hands at heart center. Full breath in. Full breath out. Nice job, everyone. Coming into step backs and then adding some standing poses. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward and down. Fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, step your right foot back. Reach arms back. Sweep forward and up. High crescent lunge. So you've been here before. Use that muscle memory. Now plant your back foot and open up to your warrior 2. Tap your hands to your hips and square your body forward. Not all the way forward, but your hips. I want your hips to go out to that right corner of your mat, about parallel or diagonal with that corner. We're going to drop into a bent knee triangle, but we're going to come in a little different today. So start to hinge yourself forward. Like you're hinging down into the lunge, and then bring your forearm onto your thigh, right by your knee. Then lift your back hip up towards the ceiling, but stop when it stops, whether that's from your bone structure or your muscles. Don't force your hip. Hand to heart center. Lift your heart and chest, square them to the right. Then reach your arm right up from your shoulder. Lengthen through your spine. Keep your core engaged. Ground down through your feet. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more round of breath. Lift yourself back up to the warrior 2. Cartwheel down to a twisted lunge. Right hand planted. You can tap your left hand to your knee, your hip, or you can reach up. Use your core to peek up. Now bring your left hand to your hip and walk your left foot to about mid-mat. And roll onto the pinky side edge of your right foot. So almost like you're coming into a side plank, but this leg is making it a supported side plank. Now lift your hips up. Take your left arm up. Really lift your hips. Feel that nice stretch. Bring your left hand down. You can drop your hips slightly as you walk your left foot forward. Frame your left foot. Come back to the lunge. Step back, high plank. Your choice, you can flow from here. You can come back to the dog and walk it out. You can take any variation we took during our salutation. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round your spine. Send your right leg up. Then hover your right knee to your right elbow and pause. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, place it through. Gaze forward. Step forward and fold. Lift your flat back. Fold forward, bend knees, reach arms back. Sweep forward and up to your fierce or chair. Strong core, steady legs. Inhale, straighten and reach up. Bring your hands down by your sides. We'll take a couple of balancing poses. Starting with tree, but we're gonna add some hip engagement. So shift weight into your left foot. Lift your right knee up to 90. Make sure your foot is flexed. And take your right knee over to the right. Now, as you hold it here, lift your right knee up. Don't let your upper body tilt to the left. You want to stay nice and tall here. Lift your knee up. Go ahead, lift it up. Then bring your foot to your thigh, calf, or ankle. If you're on a carpeted floor, it's a lot harder than if you're on a hardwood floor. Coming into our tree pose, you can take any arm variation that serves you. Lift your heart and chest up. Grow tall. Walk yourself back in, knee to 90, hands at heart center. Let's come right into our dancer's pose. Lift your left arm up. Take your right arm behind you and catch your foot. Grow tall. And then start to kick into your hand. As you kick and grow your back bend, you can start to reach forward. You can hinge forward. Just find what works for you. Take one more breath in your dancers. Start to bring your knees back in. Release your foot. Backstroke or windmill your arms. Land back in your conscious mountain pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward and down, fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, step your left foot back. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, forward and up, high crescent lunge. Reach and settle. Plant your back foot, find your warrior two. Then place your hands on your hips and square your hips over to that left corner of your mat. Now, like you're hinging down to the lunge, hinge your upper body down. Place your forearm on your knee. Press into your knee to lift your upper body slightly, and then lift your back hip. Again, not forcing anything. When it stops, let it stop. Place your hand on your heart. Square your heart and chest to lift up, and take your left arm up. Bent knee triangle. Try to stay long even in your short side. So this right side of our body, it's easy to lengthen on the left side, but don't allow yourself to crunch in on this right side. Stay nice and tall. Use your arm for leverage. Peek up. Lift yourself back up to the warrior two. Cartwheel down to your twisted lunge. Left hand planted. Right hand can tap your knee, your hip, or reach up. Twist from your core. Now place your hand to your hip if it's not already there, and come into that supported side plank or that hip opener. Walk your right foot to mid-mat. Lift your hips up. Option to reach up. Keep lifting your hips. Release your hand to your hip. Walk your right foot forward. Come back to your lunge. Step back, high plank. Your choice. Flow through. Come to the down dog. Take any variation that serves you. Meeting in our dog, take your left leg high. Bring your knee to your nose, round. Send your left leg up. Hover your left knee to your left elbow. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take your left leg high. Place it through. Peek forward. Step forward and fold. Find your flat back. Fold forward, bend knees a lot, reach arms back. Keep hips back and lift your heart and chest. Reach up. Straighten your legs, reach tall. You can press palms at the top. Bring your hands to heart center. We're coming back to our tree with a little hip engagement. So hands can be at your heart or arms by your sides. Lift your knee to 90, left knee. Take your left knee out to the left. Now lift it up. I have really tight hip flexors, so this is hard for me. You should feel this, especially if you have tight hip flexors too. Lift your knee up. Don't tilt to the right, stay tall, lift it up, engage. Finally, bring your left foot to your thigh, calf, or ankle. Take whatever arm variation works for you in your tree. Try to find stillness. Ground down. Lift your heart and chest, grow tall. Walk your hands back into heart center. Bring your left knee to 90. We're coming right to our dancers. Right arm reaches up. Left hand comes back as your left foot comes back. Meet them behind you. If you can grab the inside of your foot, try to do that, but outside is okay too. And then hinge in. Feel the heart opener. Feel the back bend. Take one more breath in your dancers. Bring your knees back together. Release your foot. Half stroke or windmill your arms. Land in your conscious mountain pose. Big breath in. Big breath out. Separate your feet the width of your mat. We're gonna take a yogi squat. Place your hands at heart center. If you have long legs, you might want to bring your feet a little wider. So I like to take my toes off my mat and then leave my heels down. If you're shorter, you can probably have your feet a little closer. Start to sink your hips and let your knees go out towards your toes. Ooh. Then lift your heart and chest. Try not to let your bum sit down. That was me falling on my mat. It happens to all of us in yoga, right? Press your palms. Lift your heart and chest. Try to go tall through your spine. It's just a lesson that no one's perfect, not even yoga instructors. Lift heart and chest. And then you have the choice to play. If you'd like to come into an arm balance, a crow or a crane pose, maybe a side crow, you can. If you have an inversion in your practice, a headstand or a handstand, you can take one here. If you have a block, you can use your block for support in your crow. If you want to use it to support your head so you don't fall. Or you can place it under your feet to give yourself some height. Again, if you don't have long legs. You can always meet us in the dog, so we'll eventually meet back in a down dog. So if none of those options work for you, meet in the dog. Feel free to walk it out. Everyone just take 2 more breaths whenever you are. No rush if you're in an inversion. You can always catch up. So I don't want you to rush yourself out. And then when you're ready, step, walk, or jump yourself into the down dog. Full inhale, full exhale. Lift your right leg high. Bring your knee to your nose, round your spine. Send your right leg up. Then hover your right knee to your right elbow and pause. Take it over to your left elbow. Then place it through for a fallen triangle or fallen star pose. Roll onto your back foot, so onto your left foot, and then come onto that pinky toe edge of your right foot. Then lift your hips up, just like we did in our supported side plank. Lift. Release your left hand down. Take your right leg high. Come high on the ball of your left foot. Reach up. Release both feet down. Full inhale. Full exhale. Let's take that on our left side. Lift your left leg up. Bring your knee to your nose, round. Send your left leg high. Hover your left knee to your left elbow and hold. Take it over to your right elbow, all core. Send it through. Roll onto your back foot to the edge of your left foot. Lift your hips. Release your right hand down. Left leg high. Come onto the ball of your right foot. And then release both feet down. Go ahead and pedal it out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Lift your right leg just to hip height. Place it through to a lunge. Drop your left knee down and walk your right foot across your mat. Instead of taking pigeon today, we're going to take a 90-90 sit. So bring your front leg so that it's parallel with the floor. So from your knee to your foot, parallel with the front of your mat, excuse me. And then bring your back knee out, your left knee out, so that it's just parallel, knee and hip are kind of in a straight line. Try to ground your hips down and bring your upper body centered. And just hold for a moment. If you'd like, you can use your hand to press your right knee down a bit. If you feel any discomfort in your knee though, I don't want you to do that. It's really just to get a little extra hip stretch in there. Just take one more breath. And then go ahead and bring your right foot to the floor and bring your left leg forward. Then place your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Reach arms up. Turn towards your left foot and come down for a seated head to knee. So just going back to our 90-90 sit, that's a great pose for if we ever do pigeon in class and you can't quite get into a pigeon. That's a really good variation. Oh, sorry. Try to tap your forehead to your knee. Bend your knee a lot if you need to, as much as you need to make that happen. And then reach past your left toes. Lift yourself up. Coming into a mini wild thing, reach for the ceiling. Take your right arm back. Roll onto your right leg and lift your hips. Just peek back at your thumb. Release your hips down. Bring the soles of your feet together for a Baddha Konasana or a butterfly pose. You can bring your heels close to your body. You can take them farther out. Sit up tall and then hinge forward. You can allow your spine to round as you look in at your belly button. And then really use your inner thighs to press your knees down to the floor. Press them down. You can release that and roll yourself back up to seated. Take your left foot, your right foot, excuse me, right heel to the right corner of your mat. Left foot to your right thigh, back to our seated head to knee. Reach arms up. Turn towards your right foot and bring yourself down. Again, right side this time, right foot. Bend your knee if you need to. Reach past your right toes. Lift yourself up. Reach for the ceiling. Let's come into our mini wild thing. Left arm back. Roll onto your left leg. Lift your hips. Reach back. And then release yourself back down. Coming back to our 90-90 sit, just take your right leg back. So again, your right knee is going to be in line with your right hip. And then take your left foot so that your knee to your foot is parallel with the mat. Sit up tall. Try to stay centered. Try not to lean to either side. And then if you'd like, and you have no knee pain doing it, you can lightly press your left knee down towards the floor. Full breath in. Full breath out. Just take one more round of breath. And then you can undo your knees. Just bring both legs forward, feet to the floor, and gently roll onto your back. We're going to take a little half happy baby, but add a Supta Baddha Konasana, or a wide bound angle. So bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall out. Coming into wide bound angle, or Supta Baddha Konasana. Place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. Just take a nice breath. And place your left hand on your inner thigh, on the left, inner left thigh. And take your right foot up towards the ceiling. Catch the outside edge of your foot and then gently pull it down so your knee comes a little closer to the floor. You can take this slightly to the outside of your body or slightly to the inside of your body, especially if you feel any pinching in your hip. Just try to find a spot where you don't feel that. Pull your knee down. Inhale. Exhale, release that. Come back to your wide bound angle. Full breath in. Full breath out. Place your right hand to your right inner thigh. Take your left foot up towards the ceiling like a half happy baby. Knee is bent. And catch the outside edge of your foot. Use your right hand to kind of press your right thigh down. So again, I have really tight hips, so my knee is trying to lift up. I want to try to prevent it from doing that and just slightly press it down. Try to bring your left knee a little closer to the floor. Pull in. Inhale. Exhale, release your foot. Come back to the wide bound angle. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your knees up and bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Pull both knees in for a double knee to chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. You can rock side to side or make circles with your low back. If you'd like a full happy baby, you can take your feet up towards the ceiling and grab the outside edges of your feet. In your happy baby, you can rock or sway. Bring yourself back into the double knee to chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And then catch your right knee and just interlace your hands right underneath your knee and send your left leg long for a single knee to chest. Again, give your right knee a squeeze, but try to find the right spot where you get maximum benefit from this pose. So you can take it an inch or two to the outside, an inch or two to the inside. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release your left foot to the floor. Send your right leg high and interlace behind your knee or your calf. Now, leading with your heart and chest, lift your upper body up. Maybe you can tap forehead to knee, maybe not, and that's okay. Again, don't force it. Release your upper body down. Keep your right leg long and place your palms into the mat. Now, leading through your heel, slowly lengthen and lower all the way down to the floor. Send your left leg to meet it. Full breath in. Full breath out. Keep your right leg long, bring your left knee into your chest. Give it a nice squeeze. Keep both feet flexed to protect your knees. Find that angle that works for you. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, bring your right foot to the floor for support. Send your left leg high. Bring your hands behind your knee or your calf. Lift your upper body up. Release down, press palms, keep your left heel high, and nice and slow, lengthen and lower all the way down to your mat. Send your right leg to meet it. Take a full round of breath. Let's just add a twist to end our practice. Bring your right knee just back to 90, and then take it over to the right side of your body. You can use your left arm to do that, or you can just use your leg strength. Arms out to a T or goalpost arms, gaze to the right. Bring your gaze back to center. Bring your right knee back to 90, back to center, and then just let it go long. Full round of breath. Bring your left knee back to 90. You can use your right hand for support, or you can just let your knee fall to the right and take your gaze to the left. Try to stack your hips one on top of the other. So I kind of needed to scooch my bottom hip over to do that. Feel free to adjust if needed. One more breath in your twist. Bring your gaze back up. Bring your left knee back to 90. Your back is on the floor. Send your left leg long. Bring your arms down by your sides. Lift your shoulder blades up. Pull them down away from your ears. Let your feet fall out and palms face up. Close your eyes. Receive your practice and enjoy your final resting pose. I'm just going to mute so you don't get any of my background noise, but I'll come back with 3 rings of the bell. So truly relax and enjoy. Start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, bringing awareness back into your body. When you're ready for a larger movement, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, show yourself some gratitude, and thank yourself for making it to your mat this afternoon. Reach your right arm back. Roll onto your right side using your arm as support and fall into fetal position, our position of new beginnings. Recall the intention, purpose, or dedication you set in the beginning of your practice. You have the option to set a new one right here to take you through the rest of your Thursday, maybe even into your Friday or your weekend. Start to press yourself up to seated, facing forward. Bring your hands to heart center. You can keep eyes closed and tuck your chin or glance down at your fingertips. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, just let your breath go. Let's recognize the peace and light within each and every one of us by bowing forward together and saying namaste, or